How's it going, everyone? With the first official day of rookie minicamp completed, a bit of tidbits and tweets have come out pretty much of what went on during the 11-on-11 and 7-on-7. Now, they're not allowed to record video during these events as there are no recording and no audio, so pretty much just tweets, and you kind of have to use your imagination on them, but they paint a decent picture, and there are some decent highlights from them. So starting off with our top linebacker that we drafted in Adrian Cooper in the second round, he's already making waves in this rookie minicamp on the first day. So we have a tweet here from Wes saying that there was a fumble on the team 7-on-7s or 11-on-11s that Adrian Cooper corralled, and looks like our 7th round pick in Kalen King might have caused it. Now, I want to add something already to this. There is no contact, no pads, and I'm pretty sure there's no helmet. So the fact there's a fumble is a little discouraging on that player, and I'll get to who did that. So going on further, Matt Schneidman also tweeted that Adrian Cooper fumble return for a touchdown on the 11-on-11. So that fumble that was caused, Cooper did scoop it up and bring it back to the house. So that's a great first start already. It's something we want to see out of our top linebacker. Now, as to who fumbled it, a little bit scary. Thought it could have been our newly acquired running back and Marshawn Lloyd, since he did have a slight fumbling problem in college, but it was not him. It was a tryout player, wide receiver Rory Starkley, who coughed it up, according to Matt Schneidman. So no worry there, and not a good start for a tryout player, and he's probably not going to make it if that keeps going. Now, that wasn't the only play that Adrian Cooper also made in this practice. Tom Silverstein also tweeted a little bit later that but it was just a drill in a helmets and shorts practice category. Packers rookie inside linebacker Adrian Cooper rose up fully extended and snatched a purposely thrown high ball with his left hand for a one-handed interception during rookie minicamp. And that kind of just made me think of, like, if you played Madden, I'm sure a lot of us have played Madden, where they get the ridiculously high one-handed interceptions. That's what I just imagined Adrian Cooper just did on the first day of rookie. So already two great turnover plays for our rookie. Yes, it's just rookie minicamp, not pads or anything, but once again, a great start. So great to read that. Now, it wasn't just our rookie draft picks that were turning heads. There is a tryout player that is kind of making waves in the first practice and is trying to make a good case to get onto the initial 90-man roster, and that is Dimitri Stanley. So Andy Herman over here tweeted that nice little route by Dimitri Stanley, playing out of the slot, solid outside, cut back inside, easy separation, and nice hands catch, playing 7-on-7s right now. And then later tweeted again on Dimitri Stanley, with a sick one-handed catch in team, we have our tryout rookie minicamp hidden gem of the year. And also Tom Silverstein kind of added on Dimitri Stanley's day and said, among the tryout players at Packy's rookie camp was Badgers offensive lineman Michael Futney, quarterback Jacob Eason, and Iowa State wide receiver Dimitri Stanley. I mentioned Stanley because he was open a lot and caught everything thrown his way. Just a non-contact practice for what it's worth. But the fact he's still making waves, caught a lot of eyes, and pretty much got the job done and did what he had to do. He's someone to kind of look out to see how his offseason and tryout, and potentially if he gets onto the roster, how he continues to progress with his team. Now, on the notes of wide receivers, we did have a position change. It was kind of hidden. Packers.com kind of showed that quarterback Alex McGough was a quarterback, and they switched him to wide receiver. And today we kind of got more clarity on that. According to Matt LaFleur, says last year's QB3 looked great as a scout team receiver last year, hence the switch to receiver. He's such a talented athlete, why not give him a chance there? Team thinks that's his best shot to make team, can also help on special teams, Matt LaFleur said. So, I mean, it's sounding like if he stayed at quarterback, he probably wasn't going to make it, especially with obviously Jordan Love, and probably keeping Sean Clifford at number 2, and then you also have Michael Pratt to compete with 3, and that could be their developmental quarterback. So they've moved Alex over to wide receiver. Now, what's a little interesting, yes, he did play on the scout team last year, and he was the player that actually hurt Jair early in the year on that contact play in practice, but he's also not the most athletic guy. So looking back at his RAS score when he came out of college, and this was as a QB, so he had a 7.82 RAS score, but that was as a QB. The main points is his 40-yard dash. He's a 4.62 40-yard time. It's pretty slow for a wide receiver, and his vertical of 32.5 inches and a broad jump of 9.4 or 9 feet and 4 inches is below average in terms of average receiver numbers. So he's not a very athletic, good receiver. So I'm not entirely sure how he could make the team as a receiver, since A, we have a lot of good receivers, and well, do we want to keep 8 receivers? And B or C, Dimitri Stanley over here is already making a case to try to go over him and try to actually go for an initial 90-man spot. And who knows, try to go for a 53-man spot. But we'll see what happens as the offseason continues. It's only day 1 of rookie minicamp. Then lastly, another thing to note is we kind of got a sneak peek of some of the offensive linemen that we drafted. And granted, this is without the veterans, so it's still not a full picture, but a slight idea of what the Packers are kind of looking for. So on the offensive line, Rob Demoski tweeted that Morgan, our first-round pick, was at left tackle, and it sounded like that the Packers are going to try to let him play left tackle, and he's going to get every opportunity to compete with Rasheed Walker through this entire offseason, which is going to be interesting for Rasheed Walker and the rest of the offensive line. But for the rookie minicamp, Morgan was at left tackle. Donovan Jennings, the undrafted free agent that we gave a lot of guaranteed money to, was at left guard. Monk was at center. And then we have Michael Fruitney, who was a tryout player at right guard. Doesn't say it, but he's probably playing right guard. And then Kadeem Telfort, who was a practice squad player for us last year, was at right tackle. So what this kind of shows, at least, is in the sense that Morgan, they're putting him at left tackle to pretty much get a good gauge on him. And then Donovan Jennings, it looks like they're kind of playing to see if he can kick inside. Because, yes, left guard is more of Elton Jenkins, but maybe he could play both guard positions. And then Monk at center makes a lot of sense, especially to try to compete with Josh Myers potentially in the actual training camp when the rookies can meet with the veterans and everyone's on the field. And that about sums up the tidbits from the first day of rookie minicamp. The rookies will be going home and will return the week of May 13th to join the veterans for off-season workouts. Yes, this is very early, but it's nice to kind of at least see some of our rookies who's already performing, mainly Adrian Cooper. It's only one day and he's already showing up, so that's really great to see. And we have a long offseason ahead of us, but it's going to be very interesting watching this entire offseason and the competition at multiple positions. Offensive line, the safety position, potentially the cornerback group, because Kalen King's going to want to try to compete for a spot. And then Dimitri Stanley, it's one day and he's a tryout player, but trying to get into the 90-man roster as a wide receiver and try to crack the receiving, which is got a pretty good depth. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, go Pack Go.